This is the Rugrats theory. The Rugrats are really a figment, original version. This is a spooky, well, the Rugrats are really a figment of Angelica's demonic and unimaginable imagination. Chucky died in 1986 along with his mother. That's why Chaz is a nervous wreck all the time. Tommy was born in 1988, but he was a stillborn. That's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys for his son who had never a chance to live. And the source says the DeVilles had an abortion in 1990, and Jella couldn't figure whether it would be a boy or a girl, thus creating the twins. As for all grown up, the teenage Angelica became addicted to various narcotics which further aggravated her schizophrenia, bringing her back to her childhood and thus the creation she obsessed over because of time lapse between the present and last time she interacted with her creation. She made them all up. Angelica was constantly taking hits of acid, so she would never have to live without her creations, who were her only company. In the judgmental world, Angelica's mom actually died of a heroin overdose in 1982. Wow. This is just... I don't know where they're getting... Dark. But it's a fan theory, very accurate. 1982, just after Angelica was born, and Drew in his depression married a gold digger and Angelica idolized because she fooled herself into thinking it was her real mom, but always had a concept of her mom, Cynthia, and took a Barbie doll and made it after her mom's image, wearing an unwashed orange dress and having jacked up hair, which is why she was so attached to it. Later in life, she followed in her mom's footsteps with drugs and everything, dying of an overdose at age 13 when all grown up was canceled. The only Rugrat not to be fictional, however, was Tommy's unborn brother, Dill. However, Angelica didn't know the difference between Dill and her creations, although Dill didn't follow her commands. After endless crying and refusal to disappear like the others did when Angelica was angry with them, she hit him. Due to this, he sustained a brain hemorrhage, which resulted in deformation. As he grew up, his damage only became more evident. By the time he was 9 and all grown up, he lived as an outcast, being ridiculed were his weirdness and retardation. This the why that's the Rugrats. It's supposed to be a serious theory. The immense guilt is what over this is what led Angelica to her drug use, and it's what led Angelica to uncreate the Rugrats briefly until her experience with hallucinogenics. On a trip to Paris to find love, Chaz married a woman named Kira. He was actually going to marry a different woman named Coco, but she just wanted him for his money. He had a daughter named Kimmy who was torn from her because she was a cocaine addict. Angelica imagined her from Kira's stories. He lost his mind after the death of his wife and was in denial she was her. Sorry, but it's the Rugrats. It's the shit about the talking babies.
Yeah, it's literally got... Oh, it's got dark real fast. Yeah, it got super dark.
Yeah. It was actually a really happy and romantic story. Or wait, sorry. Upon returning to America, Chaz and Kira got married and she got her green card. It was actually a really happy and romantic story. Kira continually struggled with addiction, but was relatively happy with her life in Chaz. Susie was originally Angelica's only friend who entertained the thought of Angelica's creations for her sake. Angelica spent the last days of her life in the back of the school cafeteria, imagining friends around her and playing with the lives of her creations. Oh, she died, I guess. Wow. Okay. Okay, the Seinfeld lost episode. I actually don't think I've read this one. Oh! Is this a comedy one? Freemasons. Shapeshifters, Seinfeld. Secret Society, Seinfeld. Freemasons, Jerry Seinfeld. Jake 412, what is your opinion on this image?
I don't know.
There's a story about a lost episode of Seinfeld floating around the internet. Shut up, goofy. I should have closed that earlier. The episode was supposed to air around season 6, but it was mysteriously cut. The official story about the episode was that it featured Elaine purchasing a firearm after being mugged. Wasn't that it was an Always Sunny? I haven't seen all those episodes, but I think there was an episode. I think that was the plot to It's an Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode. We can fact check that later, or someone else can. I'm lazy. But many elements about this episode were never revealed until recently. NBC executives refused to officially report on the episode until the Seinfeld Season 6 DVD commentary. Weird story. Involving Seinfeld Season 6. I have the tape, but it's Jacob.
Yep.
You know I don't have a microphone right now, and you're supposed to be reacting to this with me.
Oh.
Get off your stupid Mario game.
How's that? I closed that, alright? Alright.
I have the tape, but as someone who works within NBC, unfortunately I can't reveal my sources. There's supposed to be a period there. I work at the GE building in Rockefeller Plaza, and I have access to their digital archives. That's as much as I can divulge. We also have the entire original Seinfeld series in multiple formats, including original reels and VHS tapes. Wow. I noticed an episode with production code 607 was missing from the tape set, and it was relocated into a set of old newsreels. The replacement episode, The Mom and Pop Store, was filmed a season later to replace the missing episode. It is oddly titled The Mason. The episode starts out as advertisements. The episode starts out as normal with Jerry's apartment, but the camera is much more steady. Jerry walks out as though he's been drugged and remarks that all his family and friends have been dying.
What? What happened?
That would be like a Treehouse of Horror episode joke. You know, where all the characters die, but it doesn't really matter. I love Treehouse of Horror. His buzzer rings, and it's George. George runs past, half crying, and tells Jerry he's seen something terrible. I wish I could do an impression. Can you do a Jerry Seinfeld impression?
I don't know if I can.
Okay. George runs up, half crying, and tells Jerry he's seen something terrible. He's mumbling and stuttering for about 5 minutes until he can form a sentence. There are still pauses for humor, but there's no audience or laugh track. I don't know why. George informs Jerry that planes have crashed into the Twin Towers due to... No!
Oh, God.
It's turning red. Attack on New York. No.
Jeez,
no. It went there. It went... Jerry turns on the news, and you can see modern footage of the 9/11 attacks. All pre-filmed several years beforehand. Modern footage? It happened in the modern era, so you couldn't get antique footage.
Why?
Okay, you know what? And you couldn't get newer footage of an event that already happened. It would all be about the same age. We're not going to argue semantics on this. We're going to move on from that. George says that it isn't the worst part. Elaine and... Shh. Oh no, the next sentence. Elaine and Kramer were in the towers at the time of the bombing.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, is this about 9/11 denialism? Or 9/11 truthers? I don't want to know. Why did I click on this one? I know why I clicked on it. It was Seinfeld lost episode Creepypasta, and it mentioned Freemasonry. Like, I could not resist it. What proceeds is a graphic and explicit phone call of screaming and crime, and Kramer saying that something terrible has happened, and Elena is dead. Kramer screams there's no air in the building, and he's burning to death, and that he's going to... Why?
Jeez. Alright, I can't read something else.
No. I gotta finish it. The camera cuts to live footage of a man falling from the Twin Towers. George genuinely looks upset and says, "I'm sorry, Larry, but I can't go through with this." As he tries to walk off the set, but people stop him and push him toward the stage. He walks out Jerry's prop window, and you can hear him calling his agent. There's a lot of mumbling, and you can see candles being lit behind the stage. Yeah, I think... Oh wait, no, 9/11 wouldn't have happened yet, but why am I talking about this?
Jeez.
Jerry goes over to the bookcase and pulls it aside, revealing a ceremonial black table with candles, a dinner plate, and a strange box. Why did 9/11 have... I feel like I'm gonna bet that doesn't come up again. Or is... There is a Masonic symbol against the black cloth just outside where the fake stage window would be. You know, Freemasons have like a magazine they send out. It's true. Jerry says some weird things in a foreign dialect. I'm not gonna say which one. And one cut of the camera shows a poster of Barack Obama. This episode originally aired in 1995. Scene ends with Jerry waking up in bed as though it's all a nightmare. Kramer comes in and asks if Jerry had seen a lizard. Jerry laughs and says, "We are the lizard." The camera zooms slightly. His eye becomes slimmered like, he's a lizard person. He's a lizard. We are the lizards. He's a lizard person. It's every conspiracy. The tape is only 7 minutes long, and what precedes is just 20 minutes of dead air. If you continue watching to the end, it seems there are 3 more news reports tracked on. First about an outbreak of swine flu, the second about a train bombing, and the third... 4.87 out of 10. I rate this a 10. Okay, you can't do... Someone just saw Seinfeld and we gotta make it a creepypasta. It's gotta be scary. Also, Elaine still has lipstick for some reason. And they didn't even properly desaturate just the skin. You can see parts of the skin are still on the forehead and here. We're taking a few more minutes in Photoshop to cover that up. Everyone, it was with great sorrow that I inform you that there is only one Seinfeld creepypasta on this website. We need to do better as a society. We need to fix this. Get on your computer and start typing scary Seinfeld stories. We need to right this wrong. We need to bring justice
in our society.
Yes.